Hi, I'm Nathan Moore. I'm here to present our group's project, Enhancing Palliative Care with Machine Learning. Palliative care is critically important for the care of our patients. Currently, less than 2% of inpatient admissions across the system are referred for palliative care, with a national recommended level around 5 to 8%. And less than 200 outpatients are referred for palliative care each year out of several hundred thousand that we serve. Our goal is to increase the appropriate utilization of palliative care by automatically identifying patients and instituting a new palliative care referral system. We propose to use machine learning techniques on claims and EMR data to accurately identify patients who would benefit from palliative care. Claims data provides a complete picture for each patient, but often lags by several months. EMR data is up to date and has relevant clinical information, but is incomplete for patients who receive care in multiple medical systems, as most of ours do. There are many available algorithms today for palliative care identification, but none take both claims and EMR data into account, and none of them are applicable both for outpatients and inpatients. We propose to do both, which we believe will be a significant improvement in accuracy and usability. Once patients are identified, on the outpatient side, a notification will be sent to their primary care provider, who can see them for advanced care planning, or they'll be scheduled for a visit in the palliative care clinic. Something similar on the inpatient side with the hospitalist service. Daily, those identified patients, notification sent to the hospitalist that the palliative care consult team will see them unless the hospitalist requests for them not to. Similar project on a much smaller scale was done at Barnes over the past couple of years, with very promising results. Consistent with the multitude of prior research on palliative care, we expect that this project would lead to increased quality of care and coordination of care for patients, satisfaction and alignment of treatment plan with their wishes. For hospitals, reduced length of stay, mortality and readmissions. And for the med group and ACO, reduced unnecessary utilization and total cost of care. Just as one example, ProHealth ACO did a pilot for claims-only, outpatient-only palliative care referrals, and they had a significant reduction in utilization and spending, a significant increase in hospice utilization, and percentage of patients dying at home. If our pilot project is successful, we would anticipate quickly spreading this to the other hospitals and outpatient clinics within our system, and it would have strong commercialization potential, as almost every health system and ACO and others is looking to improve their palliative care offerings. Thank you very much.
Quick question, can you be more specific on how you intend to mine the data, both on the claim side and on the EMR side, and what the secret sauce that you're proposing with machine learning, natural language processing, reading comments, everything?
Yeah.
What are you proposing?
So we are planning to work with Albert Lai and the Institute for Informatics. So there is a similar project that they've been working on, the early warning system for inpatient deterioration. And I've been talking to Albert. I don't know as much about machine learning, so I have to defer that question to him. So essentially, you set the outcome as mortality. On the inpatient side, you set a time frame, 1 week, 2 weeks, 1 month on the inpatient side. On the outpatient side, we would set the mortality at either 6 months or 12 months, and then use all available. On the claims data, you have diagnoses, utilization codes, and patterns of utilization. Essentially set the outcomes as positive for mortality and negative for patients who don't die, and then try to do look at logistic regressions in machine learning to identify which factors, which diagnoses, which patterns of utilization indicate a higher risk of mortality in the time frame that we specify. So I'm not a computer scientist, and Albert would be able, Dr. Lai would be able to speak to that a little more. So they have a team that's doing something right now.
What type of error is more common? Failure to detect, or detecting something poorly? And what are the ways that you can work around this companies? So in other words, need to treat, right? Need to treat moving forward. You can fail to detect. In other words, not send the reminder, or you can actually detect incorrectly this week. In terms of machine learning algorithm, what type of error is more likely?
I think it depends on how we set our specification thresholds. I would think it, first of all, depends on capacity. I think we have some capacity in the system now, but we know there are multiples more patients that we should be seeing for palliative care that we're not. And oftentimes the palliative care referrals come far too late to really benefit the patient. Which is one strong benefit we see in this program is we're intervening far upstream to prevent the consequences that you're trying to avoid. So for example, the project at Barnes, the intervention was done on the floor before ICU transfer. And not with a long lead time, but they reduced ICU transfer by half. So depending on how you, I would think we would initially want to shoot for high specificity rather than sensitivity to make sure we're using our capacity wisely. So I would prefer that to be our approach rather than the other way around. Especially when palliative care is a culture change for a lot of providers. We want to make sure that we're showing them that it's useful in the patients that it's most useful for before we expand it to those that some might think twice. Did I answer your question? Yeah.
So my understanding is there's not a lot of palliative care providers, so how are you going to meet the demand you're going to generate?
So this, I believe, the benefit to the system will be self-explanatory. And the problem we're seeing now, to be completely honest, Missouri Baptist, where I work, we have a palliative care provider now who's struggling to get the volume that she needs because it's not part of the culture. But I think, as with any medical service line, as the demand grows and you show the benefit of using it, it actually can be built. I don't want to speak for the people who make the financial decisions, but that's the sense that I've got from proposing this to multiple folks around the system.
One more question?